Welcome to round two of Modern Modern here at Grey Ogre Games, and that's the camera dying again. Okay, we're back. And this is round two. We have Glenn Ang versus Daniel Carbajo. Or is it Carbarjo?
I'm not sure.
Or,
Well, we should ask him.
yeah, we'll ask
Daniel.
Daniel, yes. Daniel. And Daniel, no stranger to the shop, no stranger to being on the stream. And Glenn Ang, one of our very first fans of the stream, I would say.
Really?
Yeah. He was there from the start.
Those are cool sleeves, though.
Yeah, the Mega Man sleeve, the original Mega Man, too. And Daniel's playing
I think it's blue-eye control.
no, that's
No?
that's Merfolk.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a very land heavy hand though. Blue green Merfolk, and that is humans, cause Glenn is always on humans.
There we go. And that's Kevin
champion
is
of
still
the
in the
parish.
champion of the parish.
Oh yes,
A champion turn one play.
the champion turn one player.
Lol, 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 lol.
And you're gonna see Daniel's own turn one play as well. What's he gonna do? Most likely gonna see the Benthic Biomancer,
Mhm.
which is a new. Oh, why they have two? Why they updating two life counters? Okay, so turn one interval always a good start.
Yeah, that's a great start.
And,
Exactly what you want to do today.
right. And Daniel has two Force of Negations in his hand, which is actually not a very good hand, especially against humans. I don't think.
Yeah, situational. Two is not great, but I think like having one is quite a surprise.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take out his what non-creature spells do humans play actually besides interval?
Path?
Path. Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
So I
And,
mean, like it can screw up combat math on the humans player's turn. You know, they are trying to do some funny combat trick with Path to Exile, or they're trying to do something funny with like adding tokens and stuff. And yeah, they potentially can get Spanart.
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 Yes, that's the word. Spanart.
Spanart. I was thinking about it for a bit, but Spanart.
Oh, and the
Talia's
Talia's
lieutenant.
lieutenant. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay, he realizes that he should just be doing one. But yeah, the value on the champion of parish gets two counters from just one creature entering the field.
Yep, that's what human does.
Hmm? So he's going in for the 3 damage, and we discussed this earlier. Because of certain decks getting removed from the format, from the
Yeah.
bannings, some decks just became better. Would you say humans is one of them?
I think that humans being a very I think like Hand Skills Affinity and a lot of the other um meta staples in the format, the benefit that they already have is that they are already tested.
Right.
Humans has been a very, very powerful deck for a very, very long time. And I think that it just got overshadowed by some very outrageous power curves in Hogak and some
Yeah,
of the
Hogak
other decks, right?
was
Yeah.
pretty outrageous.
I mean, honestly, humans does very powerful things. Hogak just goes over the top, right? You know, and you can like just go completely. You can just break the synergy that you know humans takes this kind of advantages from. So I think that now with the bannings, you will find a readjustment back to the combat step. You see more creatures attacking, more things turning, in a non-overpowered fashion.
That's true. Maybe we'll see the return of like older combo decks, like maybe Storm, who has been shafted for a bit.
Yeah, I've seen some very interesting versions of Storm. I don't know whether it's the right version.
The Twiddle Storm?
Twiddle Storm, but I think that I personally think that Aria of Flame is very, very powerful card.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
And
Yeah.
I think that
A lot of Storm decks have been mainboarding the Area of Flame actually.
but I think that very few of the decks have been building around it. So
Okay.
like this whole idea, this Twiddle Storm idea, I saw a few of our players playing it, and I don't know, maybe it's a new deck, so they weren't playing it optimally. But it felt like, you know, it was it meandered a lot, you know, like you don't know what you're really doing, what's the purpose. The best decks in this format, the best decks in Magic in general, very focused about what their game plan is,
Right.
what they're trying to achieve. And I think that maybe it gets there. Maybe the Storm decks get there eventually, but there's a lot of potential there. And I think that that's what's fun for a lot of people, that there's a lot of potential in the format. There are things that now you can try. Like what you said, you can dig old decks out, you know, you can hash it a little bit, change a little bit here and there, and hope to find like something different, you know, something that will be very powerful in this format.
Right. And especially the Blue Control decks as well, you know.
Yeah, I mean again, all the stable powerhouses that didn't get affected by the bannings got better. I think blue white basically got
got buffed.
A little bit of a buff, but I don't know about like diluting their package to fit in Stoneforge Mystic.
I
I
think
don't think that that's what they're trying to do.
yeah, a lot of people have been making comparisons with like the blue white Stoneforge decks from the Legacy,
Yeah.
and how they say that modern's gonna look a lot like that now. But some people also made the argument that they don't want to dilute their control plan a bit too much.
Yeah, and I think that you have less tools at your disposal than the Legacy Stoneblade decks.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have Wasteland, for example. You don't have Force of Will.
Yeah, force indication.
Yeah, not the same thing, man. One is like $20 wireless, the other is $60 wireless. There's a reason.
Here you see Meddling Mage going to come down, but I think Daniel is a pretty okay spot. He does have 2 lords. No,
Yeah.
3 lords. Sorry,
Yeah.
3 lords. What? Oh, wow! He dropped the Sprang Seeds off the top, and now all his Merfolks are going to be unblockable.
Yeah. So I think like this is where Merfolk does very well. It can snowball very quickly.
Oh, he's gonna draw. Wait, that was very greedy. If he didn't draw a land, that would have been.
No, I think he had it. Did he have it in hand?
No, he didn't.
Hmm.
What? That was very greedy.
Yeah.
Okay, but now he has the option to just Sprang Seeds one of Glenn's lands. I think most likely he'll go aim for the Cavern of Souls to deny Glenn that
Yeah.
flexibility of mana. And is this lethal? He's at 10. Glenn's at 10. Oh, I think Glenn actually names Spreading Seas. Oh, that will explain. Oh, okay, that will explain a lot of
That
things.
is very strong.
Oh wow, this Glenn is a actually pretty good player. He knows what he loses to.
Yeah, man.
I think Meddling Mage names Spreading Seas. Yeah, we
Yeah, I think that's probably
just realized that.
the one card. The one card that.
Okay,
I mean, sorry, we don't have like Pro Tour production quality
Yeah.
where after you name something, they put the card.
Yeah.
That is high level.
we need a third guy, man.
No, I don't think we could do it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Ah man, but he's still gonna go in though.
Yeah,
I
still
think.
got a lot of power going
Yeah,
in.
I think he wants to force Glenn to do some blocks here.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna take.
Yeah, trade for a lot. I don't think I can't trade for a lot, so it's pretty rough.
That's 4. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah. Okay. He has to block 2.
10, 11. Yeah, he has to chump.
I think his blocks actually. I think this is very good blocks from Glenn though, unless Daniel has more stuff to play.
Yeah, I think he's exposed. He has to give up equity.
Yeah.
But now Spreading Seas is live, so
Oh,
you
yeah,
need-
that's true.
You need removal, and you need very very specific removal.
Ancient Ziggurats going.
And this is where Force of Negation is a blowout.
Oh, that's a very cool out. Is that Ancient Ziggurat? That is right.
Yeah, Danny, you're right.
Oh.
I think the Meddling Mage named the SS.
Oh, and Reflector Mage.
is not
Oh,
bad. It's
that's
pretty decent. Yeah.
Doesn't get blown up by the Nixoft's negation, so that's pretty
Yeah.
good. He also can't Val that in because, it's at 2 and
Yeah.
Patrick Biomancer is 1 CMC.
So still a fighting chance.
What's he draw?
Down to 1 though.
Quite a precarious situation for Glenn here, but I think
Yeah.
if Glenn manages to stabilize, it'll be quite good. That is Merf.
See it.
Oh yeah, okay, hold on. That's the one from Rouse of Ixalan. I forgot what it is. Is it Merfolk Wayfinder? No, that's not it.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about, but
Yeah.
something speaker or something.
Ah, wait, hold on. Merfolk Wild Speaker.
No.
Oh, that's awkward.
Nobody
it's
remembers these
okay.
comments. and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's actually a very weird card to put in. But I remember if you play a Merfolk, you get to put a counter on it.
No, I think it doesn't have Merfolk in its name. What's it called?
Yeah.
No, Danny will tell us. You just go back to the.
Then he will tell us.
uh,
This is a very
Kumena
Kumena speaker,
speaker,
right?
there you
So
go.
you get the speaker part right.
yeah.
Kumena's speaker. Oh, wow, this Danny very good with his cards. Okay.
Okay.
Kumena speaker gets +1/+1 as long as you control another Merfolk or an island. This is just a vanilla 2/2.
3/3 with the
I'll
the
show you
Lord
the
in play.
Mistcaller, no, sorry, the Mistbinder,
Mm.
Mistcaller is another card. But he does not have a way to sneak in the unblockable attack though, because he does not have the Lord in
Yeah.
play. But all he needs is like 3 creatures, outnumber Glenn's creatures, and one will sneak in to kill him. So I think
Yeah.
he's just gonna play the. Oh, he plays another Commander speaker here. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, interestingly, I think it's Merfolk. It's the Lord of Atlantis that gives the island walk, right?
Lord of Atlantis and
The Merfolk of the Poseidon.
yeah, and I think Miro Ridgery also gives it.
I think actually it's only the Lord, right? So the Lord, yeah, that one has island walk.
No, it's also the Portrait also gives it. I don't know.
Master of the Poseidon.
Okay, and Miro Ridgery doesn't give it. Okay. So it's a lot of Atlantis and the Master of
Yeah,
Pearl
so
Trident.
Master of Poseidon. Right? So I'm not sure whether Daniel should have attacked with both.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're trying to force a block,
But I think that's what I'm trying to do. He's trying to
yeah,
force a
basically
block.
you would tin the board. And if he doesn't block with the meddling mage, that's fine. You just load more Merfolk the next turn, and you do it again, right? And as long as you have the threat, anytime he tries to block with the meddling mage, he could potentially die. So now I think like there's no evasion. You can't get through the potential ground store.
Right.
But I mean, that being said, Glenn is just holding on with his teeth right now.
But two reflector mages, pretty good. One of them being a
yeah.
phantasmal image, and Glenn's still not short of cards in his hand. He has lots of cards in his hand. So does Daniel. Wow, that's the Mirror Ridgery. Oh, sorry, the Master of the Pearl Trident. Yes. Okay. He's gonna activate adapt the Benthic Biomancer. He has to discard.
Hmm.
Okay, so he discards the Force of Negation, kind of signaling to Glenn that he either has another one or Daniel knows that Glenn probably doesn't play much non-creature spells.
What is the line?
Oh, another Benthic Biomancer. Okay, doesn't he just play the...
Yeah, why wouldn't he just like flash in or violin the Trident and
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
there it is.
Interesting.
Slow roll.
Slow roll.
Slow roll.
The classics. But I think Daniel is pretty new to this deck, so I think there's some excuse for him to be a bit wary of how he's playing. And Glenn Ang, of course, he's been playing humans for the
I
longest
suppose,
time.
Yeah, you're trying to get.
Is Val on 2? Yeah,
negate?
Val was on 2.
Val was on 2, right?
How did he flash in the... Okay. Well, Glenn scooped first, so I guess he conceded.
Master of Trident is 2, right?
Was it a Pearl Trident?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, it is 2. Okay. My bad. Right. Val is on 2. Master of Pearl Trident is 2. My bad. Sorry, I thought it was 3. Outstanding. Hey man, it's not
Covering yourself with glory, Alfian.
it's not every day I see the Merfolk deck. Okay, that's my excuse.
Okay, cool. You said it right. Excuse.
But post sideboard. Wow, what's Daniel gonna do sideboard? I think he takes out the Force of Negations, doesn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Or you keep them for in anticipation of Glenn's sideboard cards.
I'll regret sideboard in actually. This is interesting.
Maybe Path.
More removal, I suppose.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if there's much sideboard cards against Merfolk. Maybe he play engineer is not a human, is it?
No, but they do play. I think they play at least one copy.
Right.
Actually, it might be. No, it's a carrier.
It's a carrier. Never heard of that before.
I think.
Deputy of Detention.
Deputy of Detention potentially. And I think obviously. Is there anything that they can do to deal with Vile? Because Vile is maybe.
I don't think humans has a solution to Val, but here you see Daniel just openly sideboarding his cards. Very cool.
Maybe the collector oof.
Oh, collector oof. Oof. Well,
I just want to say it. Oof.
You do play a lot of Minecraft, don't you? Do you still play a lot of Minecraft?
Recently.
Oh, recently, yeah,
I've been back into
You
it.
got back into it.
Yeah.
Minecraft has a lot of changes now, right? Like very good changes.
Yeah, I think so. But I think also because my laptop can only support like Minecraft when I'm
Oh,
overseas. I tried playing my Final Fantasy online and like no, that was just rough.
oh my god.
Final Fantasy 11, I would like to.
Not
None of these
14.
14 young people play this game.
Shadowbringers. Uh, but yeah. Oh, mm, is he taking those out or is he leaving those cards on the table? Is he taking? Okay, he's putting back the spreading seas, but yeah.
I think Spring Seas is really good.
Yeah, it is. It is because humans runs a lot of those.
Yeah, it gives you evasion and it helps you like really gum up their mana.
Because a lot of what humans do, they rely on the 5 color lands, like
Mm,
the Ancient Ziggurat, the Cavern of Souls,
yeah.
Mana Confluence maybe.
Especially I think with regard to like sideboard cards. Yeah, it's gonna be challenging if like the mana is destroyed.
Mhm. This matchup is good for humans, says Sheik. Hmm.
I actually kind of think so. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
like
I think humans has a better tempo game as compared to Merfolk.
yeah,
As
because I just maybe think that Glenn didn't draw well in that game. Like
Yeah.
if like Merfolk can go wide, humans can go wide as well. You know, like and they can go very large.
Yeah.
Um, just needs to have the right like set of cards, I suppose.
Right. 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 And I think Daniel maybe just had a good draw,
That's a fair point, though. 16 lords.
but UG runs 16. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. But if Glenn if Glenn has some sort of removal, he's probably going to point it at the lords, which will. You can only have so much cards in your hand, right? Even if you have like 16 lords, where one lord is taking out space for another
Yeah,
better, maybe more important card.
yeah.
The plan is to just slam lords into lords. Lords mobile, not sponsored by the way. Chain lords into versus chain mantis.
Okay, man. Thanks.
Yeah, but Glenn didn't really draw many mantises that game. Actually,
Yeah.
mantis is a really vital card in this matchup. I feel it does a lot of for the clock, and it's very good on defense as well. A lot of the more folks they don't really go above 2 toughness or two attack
Yeah.
unless they have lots.
The lords make them like a little bit more difficult to deal with, but I
Right.
also think like Glenn didn't have any form of acceleration. He didn't
He
have
didn't
like
have
a
either.
global hierarch. He didn't have a Edaval.
Yeah,
So like that kind of limited his ability to match up to
that's very
Daniel vomiting his hand onto the board.
that's very true. That's very true. Important thing in this
Um,
matchup is Val. Yeah,
yeah,
Val is very important in this matchup.
and I think like he had to defensively Reflector Mage, whereas I think that Reflector Mage is a very strong offensive tempo tool.
Right.
But that's only if he has pressure on the front foot. So yeah, I think like the slow start like really it gets exacerbated by it.
Okay. And Daniel looks like he has a decent hand. Glenn is probably going to keep. Oh, interval for Daniel. Wow, so talented. Let me have to fold. Okay. And
Honestly, you can mulligan to it now, right?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Because the new mulligan rules makes mulligan can mulligan a lot more liberally now.
Yeah.
He's
I
got
don't know about liberally, but I think that there should be a lot more emphasis placed on it. I think.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You can now mulligan more aggressively for certain cards that you need that you think will tilt the matchup in your favor. Oh, and that's Noble Hierarch. Yeah.
Oh, it's the RPTQ one.
Glenn does enjoy his promo cards very much.
Yeah, so at least some amount of acceleration. This allows like turn 2 Mantis Rider, you know, it lets you do Reflector Mage to gum the board down a little bit.
And he plays the
There you go.
Etherval.
Edaval,
Okay. Etherval's good. Etherval's good.
9 Mantis Rider, go!
Mantis Rider, let's go, let's go. Tia,
Go.
tia. Oh, he's hesitating, so that means he doesn't have it. Oh, no, he has it.
Of course he has it! He's just showing you slow roll. You can slow roll me, I can slow roll you.
Oh no! And this is a
Yes.
four. This is gonna be
4
four
points of
damage.
damage,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. This is the
So this is what I mean. Now every Reflector Mage, every removal spell, Kitesail Freebooter that can take away something, all of those things become very powerful.
right.
Because the Vial is going to take a little bit of time to take up, and I don't think that there are many things in Daniel's deck that can effectively block a Mantis Rider. Not a lot of flyers.
I don't think his deck has any flyers in the
not at
first
all.
place.
So I think like it's going to be rough if he doesn't find an answer for this right quick. You know, and I think that the moment that Glenn untaps, then he has a whole bunch of other options. If he plays Unsettled Mariner, for example,
Oh
then
no.
yeah, it becomes even harder to deal with all the stuff that's on the board.
And this Master of Pearl Trident just not gonna cut it here.
Can't take anything against Merfolk.
Yeah.
Can't say a freebooter.
Okay, Glenn's gonna untap.
You can take.
What's this?
They don't have Fatal. Oh no, this is blue green.
Oh, Glenn was showing something to Daniel, but I couldn't tell what it was. He moved it very fast and it was very very flashy.
Very fast, very
wait, what's that?
flashy.
What's that? Oh my gosh, that card on the front. Okay, never mind. He just plays a Champion of Parish
Champion.
first. Okay, so yeah, Champion of Parish into Militia Bugler. Bugler.
Interesting.
That's a good card, Militia Bugler. Vigilance lets you get another card. Card selection. Wait, is that Waller Rouge? Oh my gosh, that is Waller Rouge. Waller
Mm.
Rogue.
Wallaroo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Spicy.
That is very spicy. Is this in a new model list?
Huh, this is quite spicy. 4 mana though, seems so.
Maybe he.
Seems clunky.
That's true, but his deck does have a lot of acceleration in terms of mana. But then your Ether goes to 4. And what else? What else in your deck costs 4?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know. Seems rough.
Yeah, but I guess Glenn just wants to show off his new tech, his new epic deck tech, and yeah, Daniel's gonna vow in the Kumena speaker, which is 2/2, I guess. And here we see Daniel's Paint Horizon Lands being a bit of a liability, because in this kind of matchup where you want to raise, you want to preserve life total, every single point of life becomes very important, and he should remember to minus his life here for the Waterlogged Grove. Okay, and now he has the Merrow Regery as well as the Pearl Trident. Double Lords here is actually not that bad,
Yeah.
especially since they have Island Walk. Wait, but Glenn has no islands.
So I guess the benefit of playing. And this is the power of spreading seas, which the Kitesail freebooter can take, Danny. No, lah, but we played it already. Danny's right. Less targets. But basically, now I think that Glenn's last turn was a little bit like anemic. It was like.
It's a bit of more. It was
Yeah,
more of
it-
setup than
It let
anything.
Daniel like come back into the game somewhat.
Hmm. Oh, and Glenn is going
Well,
to.
that's an interesting block. I kind of like this. But yeah, I don't know.
One. That's a 4/4 now.
1, 2,
Oh my gosh.
3. The bugler is 1/1, right?
It's 2/3.
Oh, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's 2/3.
It's okay, right?
But
1, 2. Yeah,
okay.
still trades.
And I guess Glenn was expecting for Daniel to vow in the
a
other
lot
lot.
of some
So
sort,
very,
yeah.
I think very heads up play from Glenn there.
Yeah, I think save a bit of damage, but at the same time, be able to get a lot off the table. I think you can't let them swell too badly.
Right. And
It's
I
a
think
3-turn clock essentially.
I think what Glenn would be really happy with is like Phantasmal Image or like another Mantis Rider. Oh, he's tapping 4. Oh, Waller Rogue time. Oh, is it? Yeah, Waller Rogue time. Let's go.
There you go. Put some tokens in play.
And this is actually going to be really good against Daniel, because now that Daniel does not have Strength Seas or the Island advantage, Glenn is able to freely chump block with his top tiers. Or he can actually just opt to raise Daniel
Yeah,
here.
I think like just having the additional flyer, so this reduces the clock to 2 turns. Right? No, actually it's still a 3-turn clock. Right? 3, 4. He takes 4 here.
7.
Yeah, next turn is going to be 5. So yeah, he has
Right,
to find
right.
2 damage somehow.
I think Glenn.
But I mean, it forces a block, lah.
Right,
now
right.
he has to actually think about, because I don't think that Daniel can alpha this turn to kill.
right.
So if not, then he has to just schedule his attackers in a more conservative manner.
Right. And Daniel, I think, is out of like playable cards in his hand actually. Maybe except for like a lot or two. And Glenn has like a very good resource advantage right now. The top tiers,
Yeah, running to the front. I die, bro. I die.
top us unliving thing technically, so that's okay. I think Daniel might benefit greatly from cracking the waterlogged growth. I think that's the first step to trying to come back in this situation. But he does have like 2 Uther Volts though, so that kind of starves him from mana a bit.
Yeah. Question is whether or not he has something that he can violin or not.
Hmm.
I mean, the amount of time he's spending thinking, I kind of think he does.
Yes, Mirror Regery, okay. Hmm. Actually, it's been a while since I've seen a Merfolk deck, and recently I've been seeing a lot of these people, the new age of Merfolk decks. They play blue green.
Yeah.
Has there been a recent top 8 or like a model resurgence of these Merfolk decks?
To some extent, yes. I think that it's just I've seen versions that run Harbinger of Tides. I haven't seen Daniel play any yet, so I'm not sure whether he does.
I think the Harbinger of Tides is
Um,
more for the mono blue version actually.
no, I mean like, I've seen the Kumena speaker decks. Like I think there was one that recently like played at like SCG, one of the SCG smaller SCG events.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, but yeah, and like things like I haven't seen any like misbinders. I haven't seen
Mm,
tricksters. Those I guess are the things that are more conventional in the list.
that's true, that's true.
Yeah. But it could just be that we haven't seen a large sample of Daniel's deck.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
these are the cards that we've already seen last game,
Yeah.
right? So probably just some bad luck on our part that we're not seeing the other half of his deck.
Or bad luck on Daniel's part. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. Mad burn.
Ooh. Yeah, but this doesn't look like a very good situation, very good spot for Daniel to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think he's going for the offense here. He's gonna, well, all in. I think this kind of signals that Daniel just whatever, I'm just gonna attack you with everything and think later. Attack first, think later. The classic strategy.
The classic aggro strategy.
I mean, Merfolk is kind of
All misnomers. Yeah, the thing before you attack. Hello.
yeah, hey, that's a good strategy
That's
though.
why you future pro.
Mm,
Evan.
that is why. Very, very far in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so it's gonna block with the. It's gonna block with both of those. It's gonna attack with the void as well. Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's see how the blocks are going. I think that the token blocks the speaker. Is that a commander speaker?
Yes, there is a speaker.
And the two lords get in for 3 damage each.
6 plus 4.
Yeah, okay, let's see what the Val brings in. It's another lord, right?
That's another 3 damage, but that's
Yeah.
just 13 damage. It Glenn's at 14. That's like
Yeah, so that's 9.
okay.
Alright.
Okay, so can
Okay, this is interesting.
I think Glenn just wins here. Oh no, Glenn,
No,
no,
actually, I
Glenn
don't
has a
think-
Glenn has a blocker. Wow,
right,
that's
so now
wow.
Glenn has to be able to deal with the Merfolk.
Oh,
And he
wow.
costs another Benthic. So now he's 2 blockers.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Okay. So now Daniel actually kind of actually turn on the pressure onto Glenn, and now it's up to Glenn to actually come out from this situation.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty good play from Daniel. I did not think about that. Oh, was he untapping?
Not sure.
Wait, what happened? Was he untapped?
Ara?
Aura.
Ara?
Wait, that's
What's going on?
I have no idea. But Glenn is cracking the Waterlogged Growth. Wait, Waterlogged Growth in the human. I think this human's deck is like splashing, trying.
Nurturing Peatland, was it?
No, this is Waterlogged Growth. I
Is it
think.
Warlock, bro?
Yeah, it's a
The
3
sleeves
mana
are a little
lord.
bit opaque. Well, another Mantis Rider doesn't it? Oh, it's the 3 mana lord that allows it to untap.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
The Merrow Regery, right. Thank you, Danny. Actually, we should have Danny on the casting team.
Don't want. No thanks.
Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you may tap or untap target permanent. Ah, okay, okay. So
Screws up the math a bit.
putting in some reps on the Merfolk casting. Okay, and now
See what's up.
ooh, okay, that's pretty decent. That's the Oriok champion.
Mm-hmm.
Protection from black and red. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, may gain one
Not
life.
enough though, I don't think.
I think this.
I think Daniel wins.
I think Daniel wins. Yeah. Wow. Daniel actually won. He can just activate the Mutavault and go in for two. He can activate both the Mutavaults and go in with everything, and he kind of wins, right?
Assuming nothing on the board. Yep. He blocks everything.
Wow. Daniel actually
Great
sneaks
attack.
that one
Yeah, that's
in.
great attack.
Wow. Wow.
No, actually, I don't think the Daniel was that far behind. Like, so after the Bugler turn, right, I thought the Daniel had already evened the board.
It was actually the bugler that
Yeah, the
get
Bugler
Glenn.
into like the Wallero is honestly not very exciting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because if the answer to that play is Lord, and another Merfolk, you're pretty sunk.
Yeah. So that was actually very interesting game. Daniel managed to sneak that one by despite not being very experienced with the deck after all.
Yeah, I think it's just at its core, it's very powerful.
Yeah. Merfolk very strong synergy. Maybe we might even see with the new bannings of the faithless looting, because the faithless looting decks, right? Izet Phoenix, the both flavors of Phoenix, they ran a lot of removal in the decks. So without the Phoenix deck being like rampant all around, maybe Merfolk other creature based decks like Merfolk and humans have more space to wriggle around instead of being like
Yeah,
having your creatures being roof every turn.
I think so, but I don't know how well this does against very creature removal heavy decks.
Like
Right.
blue white.
Like Jun and like blue
Right,
white.
right, right.
So I think like they might have some problems.
Right.
If they can get enough pressure early, then I think it's okay. But I think that you notice one of the things about the Merfolk deck is that there's very very little card advantage.
Right, right.
Right. So
It's a
if
very
you
aggro
trade
deck.
one for one, then Supreme Verdict, it's great for blue white. Similarly for like Jun, if they can do various Jundi things to get an advantage, and they can get a Scavenging Ooze in play to help to stabilize life total. They get a Goy from the board, which tends to outshine even like multiple lords.
Right, right.
Then there's a lot of bandwidth. Timely Fatal Push, like at the right timely Fatal Push, they can like shrink an entire army. All that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Like humans really is very light on removal. So yeah, I think that you have to play straight up against a deck that can be that powerful. It's problematic. It comes down to draws. And
Right,
I
right.
must say that Glenn had like at least like the first few turns were really good, and just didn't feel like there was any gas after that.
The Merfolk power spike really came online when Daniel just slammed the Etherval and he was able to play 2 lords a turn. So
Yeah,
I think 2 lords a turn kind of
but I mean the
outshines.
fact was that like they do play that many lords, but Daniel had to have them in hand.
Right.
So
Oh, and yeah, Daniel does play the tricksters. I did just catch a glimpse of them in the deck.
so yeah, okay. There
Anyway,
you go.
guys, that's it for round 2. Do stay tuned for round 3, so do not go away. If you want to catch more, you can always go on to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. And you're watching on YouTube, please catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. We are always live, 8 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8 on Wednesdays. Modern, that's our weekly modern show. And if you are free on the weekends, always check our facebook.com/GreyOgreGames, where we will have some details on weekend events as well. Sometimes on the weekends we have day-long tournaments. Like last Sunday we had a Legacy monthly tournament, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, for myself and Joe, we'll be back for round 3. Do not go away.